Hey Cherubs, Lily here, jumping in to do a reading. I wanted to do a reading just to get the energy around, you know, what happened with Charlie Kirk. So, yeah, obviously he is or was a very strong, passionate conservative and wouldn't have agreed with things like what I'm doing. And he did warn about staying away from this kind of stuff, but that's okay. One of the other things that he always said was too about being able to come together and have conversation without violence as well. So there's an invitation for open discussion. But I just wanted to get I just wanted to receive a message today about the whole situation. What would we benefit from knowing from what's happened? And we do live in a very challenging world where we see so much violence, and we are aware that a lot of that in this day and age is also staged. But like I was saying to a friend, this rising, there's multiple stages here. So in other words, there's multiple things are playing out from multiple dimensions. I was going to say perspectives, but there's different layers to this. So I just wanted to see what wanted to come through for us. What is the highest message we can receive around this situation and guidance? Because of course, when anything like this happens, it triggers a response in the world, especially, someone can be a quite polarizing in the eyes of the world. So, in this situation, it really amplifies like the stark difference between left and right, but also the concepts of like unity and division, and that space that we've been in for a while now. So we've got number 31 that's come up here to start off with, which is in the hand. The universe is your partner. 31, wow. Well, 31 reduces to 4. And I just feel like this is a message about walking the highest spiritual path that we can here right now. And this has come up in other readings as well at this time of like our spiritual journey being of such huge importance at this time. Like, because that will help guide us along the way. And even I saw a little clip. I watched a little clip, actually, because he's been coming up on my social media feed lately. So I have been watching a few of his clips. And one that I saw this rising was that he was talking to a man that was asking him about how, what advice would he have for him as far as his marriage, his family, and how to be prosperous within that. And Charlie was saying about put God first, God before your marriage, and then that will be a protection over everything. But yeah, so this is that, but in a different way too, like just placing that importance on your spiritual guidance and having that help keep you on the straight and narrow. So let's see. Hold on. Hang on. Unmarked trail, revelation. There's going to be something revealed about this, I would say, with that there, but we're not fully seeing the full picture yet. Got the wall, obstacles, and stars in the sky, limitless possibility. So there could be some obstacles around us seeing the truth. Now, what those obstacles are, I'm not sure. It could be our own biases. It could be information that's hidden or skewed from us. Yeah, I don't know what else, but let's just see. Stars in the sky, limitless possibility. That's on the side as well. That feels like something to do with our own opportunity here, limitless possibility, because I'm just like feeling into what is our reaction when things happen on this planet. There's a lot happening that's very reactive at the moment because tensions have been building over a long time, and I'm just thinking of, you know, what we've been seeing playing out in Nepal at the moment, that there was a lead up to that. It's like the straw that broke the camel's back, and having the ban on social media platforms, there was that straw that broke that camel's back, so to speak. Well, I don't even like using animal analogies like that. Sorry, camels. Yeah, anyway. So yeah, it's about to being mindful. I feel like taking it back to this of taking a higher perspective and perhaps stepping back a bit before we react, because some reactions are quite violent and hurtful and harm others. So it's important if we can step back from the situation, take a higher picture, a higher view, and I was going to say, like, remove ourselves from a lot of the division as far as possible, because then we're not fueling that. But at the same time, what we're seeing happening is also fueling change. So the chaos actually is fueling change, and change is what's coming through Pluto in Aquarius. So at the same time, it's like, I don't know, it's like we can't control this situation, but we can try and just, you know, manage our own inner goings on. Yeah, because chaos is the precursor for change, and because we are having such huge change on this planet right now in how everything is structured, then yeah. Anyway, let's just see. Two of Cups. Wow. So I've got the Two of Cups here. I'm using the Angel Tarot. I haven't worked with this deck for a long time. So fruition provides expansive intelligence and gives the grace of God. Now, this was in reverse. The swiftly hearkening God. So, you know, there's a lot of sadness with this card, I feel, because a lot of people will be very sad about what the news that they've woken up to, or the news that they've seen yeah. Like, so here it's 9/11, so I feel like the date is significant to when this happened, but perhaps in the US it was 8/11. I'm not sure. I think it would have been 8/11, but let's just see what else is the message. So there's something deeply unharmonious about this whole situation, but then at the same time, we're being reminded back the universe is your partner. I'm kind of getting like the messages there. I was just getting all is well. Yeah, all is well. That's a higher spiritual perspective there, because, you know, here on the earth it cannot feel like that. So 5 of Wands. Yeah, see, it cannot feel like that because we're seeing so much conflict playing out that it can be hard to hold that frequency and that confidence that all is well. 6 of Swords. We're encouraged to move out of choppy waters, to move to calmer waters, to, I'm just getting the words, settle the chaos within. Page of Cups. Take a step to move towards emotional wellness. Offer something that you can either extend this to yourself if you need it, or if you feel like you've got it to share, you can extend it to someone else. You know, this is a very sorry. No, not sorry. Grateful for being able to feel. So just bear with for a minute. there's actually a lot of beauty coming in from his spirit. The message was all is well. And then it's like, make this offering because you've got the Page of Cups and the Page of Wands. Take a small action to be kind towards someone else. I'm also getting the words beauty from ashes. Sorry, I've got so many tears coming right now. But yeah, I'm getting the words beauty from ashes. The invitation here is to create beauty from things that are ugly in this world, or from violence. And this comes back to our own reaction. Like, what can we do that is something? What can we do? Like, and that's what we can do. We can offer with a Page of Cups. Take one small step towards creating beauty, like beauty from ashes, okay? Because we're creating the world that we want to live in. So the universe is our partner. This is so important, this symbol that we started off with the hand and the light coming out straight from these hand chakras, giving and receiving our life force energy. There's something here about grounding light as well, because I went and got this sandalwood candle today. Usually I light the white one or the yellow one, but I just got the message, go and get the brown one and light that. So it's like anchoring light here as a foundation, because that's 31. Now 31 too is about create a time where there's needed to create boundaries. Like, we're at the point where, yeah, there's a severe need for boundaries. And that kind of makes sense as far as the amount of chaos that we're seeing in the world as well. Okay, so what have we got here? Queen of Cups, God the Redeemer, redemption, serves against enemies of religion, governs chastity. Yeah, so that was in reverse. Oh, stars in the sky, limitless possibility. Wow. Because this was kind of reminding me of his energy here. Serves against energies of religion, governs chastity. So God the Redeemer, that really feels like a lot of his energy there and what he was about. And it was interesting because it was sat right over stars in the sky, limitless possibility. So it's important to remember that his soul, his light still shines. 51 reduces to 6, love. There's a very loving energy here, which we saw come out here. Because still, even from that, it was like, okay, well, what can we offer? What can we each offer ourselves and then others to make this world a better place? So what else message here? Strength. The raising God. Loyalty delivers from those who seek to oppress, brings victory. That was in reverse. The Empress. Fertility and fruitfulness, assures peace between married couples. Wow. And so he was a strong advocate of marriage and the sanctity of marriage and protecting the family unit. And okay, so the message that I'm getting with this is that, like, because you got strength in reverse, so this is kind of an attack on those principles. So this is where it gets a little bit heavier. Well, the whole situation is quite heavy, to be honest, but there, over the years, and some of you may be aware of this, some of you may be not as consciously aware, but many of you will be, that there has been an attack and a breakdown on these systems. So I'm not going to go into that, but yeah. And then we had the Sun, the vilifying God, restoration of life, protection from adversaries, rabies and wild beasts. Now the Sun was in reverse. Wow, do you know what I'm getting with this? That's 3 cards over. This This is a very ascended energy here because, yeah, the universe is your partner, strength in reverse, the Empress, and the Sun. This feels very, and this does make sense because, you know, he was a very Christian man, so his beliefs would have been around this type of thing as well. It's like there's this time of darkness, but then with the Empress here, it's this creation energy and divine love being very powerful. There's like an ascended master here. I'm not saying he's a master or an ascended master, but I'm just saying there's like using this as an example of like Christ teaching as well. So bring it back to Christ's light. There was that time of darkness, but then he rose again. So there's hope in this message is what I'm saying. So there's the light that always comes after the darkness. Things may feel out of temperance. Oh, sorry. This is temperance in reverse. Things may seem out of balance at the moment, but here we've got another page. So we've got 3 pages there. So it's like taking that step forward and building the new, on a new foundation, remember, because we've got that 31. So God sung above all, loyalty and allegiance, friendship and reconciliation. Wow, that's so beautiful. And I feel like that's an opportunity here with so many, like we've got 3 pages here, so this is a lot of new beginnings, and I feel like that's the opportunity here. And it's going to have to be the opportunity with a new world that we're building together and creating together as well, because when the old structures are gone, what is there to do but build the new? And then the next card was the Magician and the 10 of Cups. So we have capacity to do this. We have the resources. We have the ability to create a beautiful world here with the 10 of Cups. Divine warrior confounds the wicked, brings victory and peace. Wow. God, master of the universe. It's so powerful. And that again takes me back to our original message, which was about the universe is your partner, and being in touch with your spiritual path is so important because it gives us guidance, reassurance, courage, love. It gives us so much on our path. It's a compass to walk through life, to be able to understand the journey that we're going on. Five of Pentacles and the Hangman in reverse. That's interesting because as I was shuffling, then I was kind of like, I'm still crying, but there's a lot of emotion in the collective today. Yeah, anyway, so, and I'm tuning into the energy, so you know, how's it not going to affect me? How am I not going to feel the emotions of that? So but I was, in my mind, I was hearing like, let there be peace. But here we've got five of Pentacles, the forbearing God. Patience reveals secrets of nature, spreads knowledge and industry. And then we had the Hangman in reverse. So to me, like those two together is about to move out of conflict within the mind. We're going to have to look at things from a different perspective. Again, it could be from a higher perspective that helps us clear the path. Yeah, the Moon in reverse there. So there's going to be things that as we go along are more and more revealed to us. We're going to be able to see. That's another gift of taking the spiritual path, seeing the higher perspective. We become the seer and we can see a lot more than what's just surface value. Wow, the Tower. Okay, so Uriel. The fire of God, disruption, warns of disasters, aids in transformation. So when we become the seer and we're able to see more clearly what's playing out here on earth, it is a tower moment. It's a series of tower moments, and it's huge because everything that you may have believed of before is disrupted, and you have to change your whole perspective. Remember, we had the hangman under there. So, yeah. Wow. The tower moment is also right over the sun in reverse. You know, obviously this was a tower moment in his life because his life was taken and, you know, removed from his family and his responsibilities and his love and his work within this realm. But I do also feel like his work is going to be amplified now. Justice. Yeah, wow. Far out. Yeah, justice, the star. Okay, so that could be part of the justice, because this whole thing can seem so unjust, so unfair, that someone that tried to come and bring, and of course not everyone would agree with his views, and he didn't agree with everyone else's views, but like I said at the start, it was about being able to have discussion and debate issues without violence. Okay, so I feel like this justice card coming in feels like, you know, part of his justice and part of his family's justice perhaps is going to be that in some way, to do with healing and connection. But we don't know the full picture of how that will play out yet, but there's opportunity, and we saw that coming up with the pages and the 10 of Cups. There's opportunity for a lot of beauty, healing, connection, mending, just so there's opportunity here, but it depends how people are going to respond. 5 of Cups in reverse there. So yeah, it's what people are going to focus on that's going to make a difference here, because the 5 of Cups in reverse is like they've shifted their view. This is the invitation to shift your view away from loss, grief, sadness, despair, to focus on what is still at hand, that brings joy, that lights lives up, that reminds people of their inner light, or reminds people of Christ light even. 2 of Wands. Yeah, there's a path to be chosen here. That again goes into our own physical reactions. What is it that we're going to bring to the table? And then we had, wow, the Devil in reverse. So that's how big this opportunity is. The Devil energy is in reverse. So hopefully this is the path that people are going to choose. Is they're going to choose to walk in the light, to take small steps towards offering love, kindness, compassion, to building the new that does create the 10 of Cups. Let me just see if anything else wants to come from this deck. I was just sort of seeing this deck here, my deck, and just these words were standing out to me. A journey of union and soulful healing. And then you've got the infinity symbol there as well. So I feel like, you know, that's the journey of his soul right now too. It's the journey of union. And it's never ununified. It's in that infinity symbol. So life is eternal. Okay, so I wanted to see what other message wanted to come through before wrapping up the tarot story. We've got the Eight of Swords in reverse. We've got the Nine of Pentacles in reverse and the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So this could be about freeing your mind around this life not being beautiful, and, you know, just releasing. Let me see. I feel like I need to get another card. The Chariot, Michael. Who is like God? Perseverance, success in conflict, overcoming adversity. Yeah, so this is moving beyond self-limiting beliefs that this life is not a beautiful one. Release and let go of that. Okay, that's the message that we're given. I really like that. You may have to do some internal work to do that and communicate with your higher self or your higher guidance, because there's the Eight of Wands there in reverse. I'm just getting the words quiet reverence would help with that. Yeah, and then this was sticking out. That was what I saw next. King of Cups. Yeah, restitution, finds stolen objects and discovers the person responsible. God seeing everything. So, yeah. I just feel like what I said before, this card, that just helps you to be in emotional authority over your own life and not be led by the ways of this world, of what we see playing out. Yeah, because I split the deck, you got the Emperor in reverse. If you be led by the ways of the world, it will bring you out of your sense of strength and sovereignty, your own power, and make you feel like disempowered. And, you know, that's not the energy that is wanted for us, and that's not our true light either. That's false. So let me just see what I want to do next. I hope that was helpful or shed light in some way. I don't know, I just felt called to do that this rising. So let me see. I'm just going to wrap up this reading with, what is this deck called? Enchanted Map. Unexpected Visitors and Mountain in reverse. Interesting. Solitude, Spark in reverse, and then Movement and Home. Well, that feels to me like the energy of his soul going home. This come full cycle. 28. So it's a new beginning. Okay, so death is not final. It's a new beginning. That can bring people hope and comfort and light, to remember that it's not an end. It's not final. And remember, I showed the infinity symbol. 27, 9, time of harvest. So you've got a 9 and a 10 there. So like that, the cycle in the earthly realm is complete. So what he had to do here was complete. And look at the light shining right in the middle of that. Wow. Okay, so he came to be a light here and a service. He was a light worker. Solitude and Spark. Yeah, to me, I'm just getting, this is to his light. His light has gone home. 13 is transformation, divine feminine energy. Yeah, 34 is a 7. He's returned to his spiritual home. Unexpected visitors. And the mountain in reverse. I feel like the unexpected visitor is perhaps that we realize this, that this had happened, that was an unexpected thing that we weren't expecting. You know, it's a shocking thing. So that could be what I'm sensing was the unexpected visitor. And this also feels like looking in, like inquiring, like why, you know, because we can ask why has this happened, or we can try and see a higher perspective of what happened, or You know, whatever that is. Mountain in reverse. 6. I feel like the mountain in reverse is just about being gentle with yourself and with others today, because energetically, like what we're all going through on this planet is a lot. So like I said the other day, you know, taking care of our own self-care, like try not to overwhelm yourself with too much of what's going on in the world, because it can be overwhelming to our systems. So, you know, yeah, that's what I'll say about that. Anyway, I feel like I'm going to leave this reading here. Yeah, anyway, I'll leave it there and take good care. Okay, bye.